One of the most important things for an actor is to learn how to breathe using their diaphragm on stage. Your diaphragm is a muscle that sits right here below your lungs. And when actors breathe, what we want to often think about is breathing low. So rather than a shallow breath, which tends to come from your chest, and we kind of think of our lungs expanding out like this, what we want to do is to try to think of our breathing as going down to fill our lower cavity. So in order to do that, you're going to want to make sure that you're in a good neutral stance. So your feet are about shoulder width apart and your spine is aligned with your shoulders rolled slightly back and your arms just dangling loosely. And then you're going to want to bend your knees and feel yourself really grounded. Um, and then you want to feel yourself expanding. And so you want to make sure that your stomach area is feeling really loose. And when we breathe into our diaphragm, we're going to be expanding down here rather than expanding out here. One of the best ways for actors to warm up their breathing mechanism is to breathe out first on an S sound and then eventually to add a voice to that and breathe out on a Z sound. When I try to focus students on breathing deeply into their diaphragm, I often have them start by breathing as if they're breathing through a straw. It focuses the air and kind of gets the image of the breath going down into the stomach. So you'll want to start by breathing in as if through a straw and expanding down low. And then when you breathe out, you're going to breathe out in an S, and that's going to really focus that sound and keep that breath nicely engaged. After you've done a little bit of this breathing, you can actually shift that S to be a Z sound, which will actually engage your voice. So you breathe in into your diaphragm, expanding low, and then a zzz is sending that breath forward. So again, as actors breathe, they're breathing low using their diaphragm, which is lowering. It's a muscle that actually goes down and it expands your lungs, and you're going to get a lot more air that way. Okay. And then when you're breathing out, as you're warming up that mechanism, breathing out first on an S and then eventually expanding to engage your voice using a Z sound. So the things to really remember from this are breathe low, use your diaphragm, expand your stomach, and make sure that you're engaging your full breath as you're sending that sound forward. And what that's going to do for you is it's going to be able to cause you to, one, not lose your breath as you're speaking throughout a scene, and two, it's going to cause you to be able to send a whole lot more air out of your body. And the more air you're able to send out of the body, the more sound can be carried out into whatever performance venue you're in. And that's how you can be heard all the way at the back of a large auditorium.